Okay, today we're going to do 11.5 solving radical equations. So we've been simplifying radical expressions, but now we're actually going to solve for x. Okay, so there's an equation, there's an equal sign here, so we have to solve each equation. So when you have a radical, it may be the variable like right here by itself, and you see how the -3 is not under the radical, then that's what you start with. We're going to, oh boy, that is not the pen I want. We're going to start by adding 3. This takes us back to just solving equations, okay? So we have the square root of x, whoop, please work for me, equals, and then 4 plus 3. The square root of x is 7. Now, how do we get rid of a square root? Okay, it's the opposite of what we did before when we were trying to get rid of something that's squared. So we take the square, we square both sides. Okay, so this will cancel. The x squared and the x cancel. I'm sorry, not the x. The square root and the square cancel. So we have x equals 49. Wow, my pen is slow. Okay, the x equals 49. And then you're done with that problem. Okay, now over here, you see how the radical is over the 3 and there's nothing outside to add or subtract, or there's nothing over here to multiply or divide. So you're going to square from the beginning. We're going to square that side and this side, okay? Way you do to one side, you have to do the other because we want to get rid of that square root. So we're left with x minus 3, wow, I don't know what's going on with my pen, equals 16. Okay, then you just solve it. It's a one-step equation. We add 3, okay, so x is equal to 19. Okay, wow, I don't know what's going on. Let me see. No? Okay. I don't know. All right. So then we'll go to some more examples here. Okay. So if we have radicals on both sides, then you can square just like before. We can square both sides to get rid of those radicals. Okay. So we're left with 3n minus 2 equals n plus 6. Okay, now it's a two-step equation. All right, so we're going to add 2 to both sides, add 2. Wow. And we're left with 3n equals n plus 8. It's actually a three-step equation. Okay, so I'm going to move it up here. 3n equals n plus 8. Okay, then we need to subtract n. So we have 2n equals 8. And I subtracted n because we need to get all of our n's together and then all of our constants together. And then we divide by 2. N equals 4. Okay. Wow, I don't know what's happening there. Okay, same with down here. Since it's the square roots are on both sides, okay, there's nothing outside the square roots to deal with. Then we square both sides. Okay, and that makes those cancel out, the square roots and the squared. So this equals 3t plus 4 equals 5t minus 6. Okay, you can start by subtracting 4 or adding 6, or we can subtract 5t, or you could have subtracted 3t to the other side. It doesn't matter. There's lots of different. But this is going to be negative 2t plus 4 equals negative 6. Okay, then we're going to subtract 4. Okay, and I'm going to bring it up here. So negative 2t equals negative 10. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. T equals 5. Okay. Okay, now in some of them it's going to say, let me see how it's worded. It might say identify the extraneous solution. Okay, and so extraneous just means it doesn't actually solve the original problem. It doesn't work. Okay, so it'll say tell which solutions, if any, are extraneous for each equation. Okay, so what you do is you plug these in. Okay, so you'll have to do it twice. So we plug in 3. 3 equals the square root of 3 plus 6. 3 equals the square root of 9. 3 equals 3. So this is, yes, a solution. then you put the 2 in. 2 equals the square root of 2 plus 6. 2, I'm sorry, this is a negative 2, I just noticed. Negative 2 equals the square root of 4. Negative 2 equals 2. So this is no. Okay, so negative 2 is your extraneous solution because it doesn't actually solve it. Okay, so that would not end up being a solution. And which makes sense because you can't have anything that's a radical equal a negative. Like that then. Okay. So now on some of your assignments, it's going to say solve each radical expression. Check your solution. If there is no solution, write no solution. So some of them you need to check and see if the solution actually worked. Okay, so if we were to solve this, first of all, this is a good one because it has this negative 2. This is negative 2 times this. So we can't square all this yet. It has to have just the radical by itself. Okay, so we divide first and we're left with the square root of 2r minus 5 equals negative 3. Okay, now we square it. And what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Make sure and put that in parentheses. So 2r minus 5 equals 9. Remember, in your calculator, you need to put parentheses around the negative 3. Okay, then we add 5. So 2r equals 14. Divide by 2, divide by 2, r equals 7. Okay, so now we have to check it and see if it actually works. So negative 2, and yes, you have to do this, but it tells you. So 2, wow, times 7 minus 5, so equals 6. Negative 2, the square root of 14 minus 5 equals 6. So negative 2, the square root of 9 equals 6. So this is going to be negative 2 times 3 equals 6, but this is negative 6 equals 6. So since this is a no, you would say it has no solution, because it only has one solution and it didn't work. So that means it has no solutions. If you came out with 2 solutions and one worked and one didn't, then one would just be extraneous. Okay?